Hello everybody, it's me, Kyle, speaking directly into the microphone. Does that feel good in your ears? I bet it doesn't. Just a quick warning before the episode. It is episode 13, so it didn't go completely according to plan. The episode itself was fine, but we were recording in my brother's front room on one microphone for the three of us, so I know the audio's usually not very good anyway, but the audio is worse for this episode. Also, if you listen carefully, or not that carefully, you can hear in the background, I've tried to edit it out as much as possible, but in the background you can hear a baby crying, because there was a baby in the room as well. So enjoy that, and if you listen out for it, if you write them down in your fact book, if you find all 46 baby cries, you win a prize. I'm not going to tell you what the prize is or where to collect it, but you'll get it. So anyway, enough from me, on with the episode.
I don't want to do either of those things.
Yeah, but if you had to, though. We set the scene. We have a choice. We must decide on the correct answer. I'm Kyle.
I'm Kaylie.
And I'm Ashley.
And this is If You Had To, though. So today we're trying something a bit different. We've got a three-way, if you had to, though. The very first ever three-way. Yeah, but yeah, but it's kind of weird because it's my brother and his fiancée. So not...
Not that sort of freeway.
No, it's, we're going to try something a bit different this week. So we've kicked Nathan out yet again. Done it a few times now. Yeah, so I've brought in my brother and his fiancée, and we're going to try and do it. I'm not sure, it's going to be slightly different. My question, anyway, is going to be slightly different than usual, because I'm going to ask a question, and it's going to result in two possible outcomes, but they both have to choose one.
Does it have to be the same answer?
No, you have to have, there's two options, and you have to decide between you which one you want each. So the premise of this show is usually that we create scenarios for each other, resulting in two possible outcomes. We discuss each outcome's pros and cons and decide definitively on the correct answer. And the answer has to be correct. So, whatever you both pick, those are the perfect answers for both of you.
Oh, obviously.
Ashley and Kaylie, you are both at a rave and you've been there all night long. You've been raving till about 4 a.m. It's drinking all night and completely out of it. And they finally kick you out at about 4:30. Like, you want to stay and rave for the rest of the night, but...
Well, there's not much left of the night left, is there?
Well, you seem to think there is.
It's pretty standard Saturday night,
Oh, well, yeah.
in our youth.
Yeah, exactly. You wanted to stay till 7, 8 in the morning. You basically wanted to keep going. But no, they've closed their doors, they've booted you out, and you're out on the street. Everyone else had already gone home by this point. You were the only two left in the rave.
Oh, that was an amazing rave then, wasn't it?
It was.
I mean, everyone left about 2, 3-ish, like the hardcore ones that stayed till about 3. But you both left standing in the middle of the dance floor. You had 3 drinks in each hand, and just partying the night away. But finally the bouncer came over. He's like, look, come on guys, we're not making any money here. There's no one else here, and we need to close the door. Because obviously the DJ's gone home by this point. They would just put on, the disco music, but you're still raving to it.
Do they still have the lights going on the floor?
Yeah, they still had the lights going. You see, that was costing them money as well.
We're costing them money.
Yeah, just being there. I mean, the drinks you were buying, they were on offer anyway. They were 3 for $5, which was bargain.
That's probably why we stayed. Yeah,
exactly.
Bargain nowadays, $5 for 3 drinks.
You'd be lucky if you get a $5 for 1 drink these days. So they kick you out, and you end up stumbling down the street, and it's pitch black. Everyone else has already gone home. Very dark, and you don't really know where you're going because you've forgotten where you live.
Have you followed me before? Because this has actually happened.
This is a genuine story.
Quite similar.
Yeah, well, I mean, everything we say on this show is fact, and it is true.
It is.
So I was watching. I watched all this happen. I had a video camera, and I was just happened to be out at 4:30 in the morning in Bognor Regis for some reason. Dangerous, yeah.
Yeah, very dangerous.
Especially with some high tech equipment. So I couldn't follow you much longer, but I heard from other people what happened next. So I buggered off home, and you two carried on stumbling through the night, and suddenly this person, a shadowy figure, appears in the darkness, and you're both squinting through the darkness. You can't really see what he looks like or anything. You're way out of it. You're hammered, and suddenly there's a whack around the back of both your heads, and you pass out. I mean, you probably would have passed out soon anyway.
Was it like a flick then?
Yeah, but basically just someone tapped you, just sent you on the way. It was like you're near enough there. And when you both wake up, you are both in a laboratory, a bright white, so you're hungover as well. So it's these bright white lights in this laboratory, and you're both chained up to the wall. And there's this crazy looking scientist guy looking at both of you. And he's got the spiky white hair, he's wearing the goggles. He looks like the Wheatos man. Do you remember the Wheatos professor?
Yeah.
And he looks up at both of you and he says, "Ha ha! I have collected my next 2 victims."
Sounds like something out of Saw.
Yeah.
I've not seen them.
So he says, "My next 2 victims. I am going to take both of you and make you into the perfect human beings." So he pulls out these 2 chalkboards, and on the first one, he's drawn a really nice sketch of a reverse mermaid. So a fish's head on a person's body.
Okay.
On the second blackboard, he's sketched out a lovely picture of a caterpillar centaur. So a caterpillar's body with a human head. And he says, I am going to turn both of you into the most wonderful creations ever. But I will let you decide which you would like to be.
And these are meant to be perfect beings.
These are his perfect beings.
Oh, okay.
Well, on first thought,
Yeah.
it would be caterpillar body.
Yeah.
and
Why
human
is
head.
that?
I don't know, because I just like that idea.
You would prefer to be a caterpillar,
On first thought.
Yeah. You wouldn't have arms. You would just have little legs.
Yeah, you can still do
You'd
stuff.
be a
You
bug.
can come up and do things. You can still dance about.
You
That's
can
what
still
we
go
would-
to yeah.
we
You
would
can
do.
still
We would
rave.
still go to raves.
Yes.
'Cause we got
you
a human
could.
head.
You could easily be squashed.
Yeah.
Your body, anyway.
Could we,
I'm
though?
guessing it's the size of a caterpillar. Or is it bigger?
No,
I think
it'd
it's
be
like
person
it's
size.
like it would have to fit your head on it,
Oh,
so it'd have to
okay.
be quite a big caterpillar.
Yeah.
But you would still be easily squished, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean,
Your body.
your body's still quite jelly, I
Yeah.
suppose.
But
Oh,
you could
yeah.
talk. with
You
your
would be
human head.
able to talk. Yeah, with a fish's head, you wouldn't be able to talk. Probably.
No, you'd have legs and arms.
And
You would
body.
have legs and
human
arms
body.
as I don't know, as a reverse mermaid. How far does
Oh,
it go
yeah.
down
Yeah.
to? It would probably go down to like your belly button, the fish part.
Yeah.
So you would just have your legs really.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
god, and you had
Mm.
flippers, not flippers. What? Yeah, no fins.
Fins.
Flippers.
Fins. Yeah, you'd have fins.
Give someone a nice slap.
Yeah.
A wet fish slap.
So one of you would
very
be able to
difficult,
talk.
So would I have to live underwater, my head?
The fish person would probably have to live in a tank or underwater. Yeah.
That'd be quite cool. A massive fish in the sea.
A massive fish in the sea. Yeah. You could go and
Or in
swim
a
with
tank.
sharks, or I mean, you would be prey to sharks because you're just a fish.
But a big fish.
Yeah, you're a big fish, so you're probably you're just a bit smaller than a shark, maybe.
Kingfish of the sea.
King of fish. They would all follow you.
And also about it's probably getting quite technical now, but if a shark bit you on the toe, he would really eat you, wouldn't he? Because you'd be bleeding still. Would you be bleeding? Because fish are different blood to.
Yeah, exactly.
Half.
Your
So
bottom
what are we,
half,
half and half?
and your bottom half would probably get really wrinkly in the sea,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it would just
Pruny.
shrivel away, and you probably would just end up just being a fish in the end. With
That's how fish are made. That's how
That's
fish are created.
That's how. Fact number
Wow.
1 for this podcast: fish are created by reverse mermaids' legs shriveling up into a tail.
That is just amazing how we've just figured that out.
We've just made a fact.
And that fact needs to go in the book. The great book that you've said that you two will dedicate your lives to
We-
creating.
We are going to dedicate our lives to creating that fact book.
It will take us a lifetime.
Yeah,
Well, there are so many facts.
there are.
And we've
Never
got,
ending.
and we've got so many podcasts to go to get through all of these facts.
Do we each have
Well,
to pick one?
Yeah,
then?
he wants to make both of these creations,
Okay.
so both have to have one each. You got to think the other way. Would you prefer your partner to look like a fish person or a caterpillar with their head?
And obviously we would only see each other very briefly.
I mean, you could keep a tank in the house for the fish person, and then you could separate the house into half, like SpongeBob's, not SpongeBob, what's it? Cat Dog, is it?
Cat dog.
Where they split the house in half, and you can have one half be like a fish tank, and the other half be.
Don't know.
Woodland.
But
Woodland.
Pillar.
the caterpillar could put on one of those like fishbowl helmet things
yeah.
and go in with the.
How would
Fish.
that work with a caterpillar's body? Would he not shrivel up and?
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to stay in
disintegrate?
there for too long. I mean, I know slugs
but
can
they're out in the
survive.
rain.
Just for
aren't
fun
they?
time.
Fun time.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that would work as well. A caterpillar's
sports.
body and a human's lower half.
Okay.
Interesting.
But would you prefer each other looking?
I'm not even thinking
Like, do you-
about you.
do you
I'm
pre-
thinking about myself. Actually. Not being funny.
Thank you very much.
That's okay. You're welcome.
Would you prefer your partner to have a fish head or a caterpillar's body?
Well, I suppose you look like a bit like a fish anyway, so
That's a bit
it wouldn't be too different.
Bit rude. My eyes aren't that far apart. They're quite well proportioned, I thought.
Well, you do have a brain like a fish.
Yes, I do.
So you're halfway
Yes,
there
I
then.
do. Yeah. I mean, that is not a lie. I do.
Yeah, it's difficult because you wouldn't be able to do anything if you were a caterpillar because you wouldn't have any arms or legs. Well, you'd have tiny little.
I do have a question though. What sort of fish?
Sort of fish. I'm thinking of the kind of, you know, in SpongeBob, the ones that are just standing straight and they just have that flappy mouths. Would they be mackerel?
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
they're mackerel.
Like coming out of you see out of a pie.
Yeah.
The heads. Yeah. Oh right. Well, they're
The
not that
Eureka's
nice.
Castle fish.
I'm not a clownfish or anything then. Okay. Well, I've already got the fish's brain, so it would mean that you're the person with a caterpillar body, but would you want to be the person with a caterpillar body?
Not really.
You've got to think as well, if you're the caterpillar and you eat a lot, I've read a book.
Does it turn into a butterfly at the end?
It does.
Oh yeah, of course.
Another fact, second fact of this podcast, if you eat a lot and you're a caterpillar, even if you're a caterpillar centaur, wrap yourself in like a cocoon of your own snot and then explode as a beautiful butterfly.
So is that what he's trying to create? See if I would turn into a human butterfly.
The human butterfly.
Oh, that'd be quite cool. But then butterflies, they don't last very long, do they?
They
die
don't
quite
last very long,
quickly.
but you're like a human hybrid, so you might have
Yeah.
like half your life, half of a butterfly. I
Oh,
think a
that's-
butterfly's life is like 2 days.
I'll turn into a cocoon first, wouldn't
You'd
I?
turn into a cocoon, so you'd just be hanging from the ceiling in this little cocoon.
Yeah, I think I'd want to be the caterpillar. That would be
Whilst
quite
Kaylie just
interesting.
swims around in
Yeah,
her
I'll
tank.
just swim
It'd be
around.
quite interesting to see how the transition when you're in the cocoon was, because you don't know, do you?
And when you're a butterfly, you'll be able to fly.
I'll be able to fly. I
Until-
would be able to
I mean,
tell everyone
you've
what
s-
it's like.
Yeah, but
to
then
transform.
when someone touches you, all your dust will come off, and then you won't be able to fly,
I would be like a
and you'll just
Pokemon.
die.
You would be like a Pokemon. You're evolving. And I mean, you would, Kaylee, you would, if you were the fish, you would evolve as well because you would start off as this fish-person hybrid, but slowly you would just become a gigantic fish with more brains than all the other fish.
Yes.
You would be smarter than most fish, or all fish. I know dolphins are supposed to be very smart. Maybe you'd become a dolphin eventually.
Well, you don't know, do you?
You don't know. You don't know. I mean, fish evolve, don't they?
Oh yeah.
Over time. It's like the same thing as like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. A fish will eventually, if it's allowed to stay alive long enough, a fish will transition from fish to bigger fish to shark to dolphin.
Just shark to dolphin.
Shark to dolphin,
Yeah.
yeah. And then
Wow.
to like a submarine, maybe. How are submarines created?
Fish.
Submarines evolved from fish. Fact 3 of the book. We're getting through a lot of facts early on in this episode.
Well, yes.
So I think you've both
I
decided.
think we've
I would
decided,
also. I
actually.
could be a superhero, the butterfly man.
The butterfly, super
Wow.
butterfly man. You wouldn't be able to go up too high because you've still got your head, so you
Oh, it'd
the
be
quite
altitude.
heavy.
Yeah.
Quite heavy, yeah.
Well, and like you would still only be able to breathe oxygen, so you couldn't like go into space or anything.
No.
But yeah, you could fly around the town saving people. You would get attracted to light very easily. So
To
you
the
might
sun.
you might try and fly towards the sun, and that would be the end of you.
Yeah.
So
sure
you got to be very wary of that.
I think I would still like to try and be a butterfly man.
So we got reverse
Yeah.
mermaid girl
Yeah.
and butterfly man.
Yeah,
There you go.
Done.
done.
Now, all the folks know at home that if you're ever in the same situation, if you've ever been raving all night and you get kidnapped by a crazy professor guy, and he asks you if one of you want to be a reverse mermaid and the other one wants to be a caterpillar centaur, that the guy should go for the
Caterpillar.
caterpillar, and the girl should go for the reverse mermaid.
I agree. Okay, so, Kyle,
Yes.
we are going on our yearly caravan holiday.
Oh, I love our yearly
All the
caravanning holiday.
family, we're going on a holiday. And don't know where we're going yet. We're just going to drive around.
Just going to see what takes us.
Yeah, there is signs to a place called Gargarland, but I don't know what that's going to be like.
Gargarland. Okay.
So we could go there, but that's not very important. Anyway, on site, so we've got the usual stuff. So swimming pool, we entertainment.
Oh, we found a place.
Yeah, we found.
Oh, so
we found.
did we go to Gargarland?
Yeah, we'll say we went to Gargarland. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we decided that one of the days we're going to go out for a day
Yeah.
to a house and gardens,
Oh, nice house and
and
gardens.
it's called House and Gardens of Change.
Oh,
Yeah.
sounds nice.
Sounds
like
lovely.
a nice relaxing
Sounds
day.
lovely. So we get there and we walk around the house and we see all the rooms laid out, like the lounge and the kitchen and everything. We go and take a lovely walk in the garden. There's like beds of flowers, roses and things. And then all of a sudden this lady comes out and we get taken, or invited, I should say, not taken. We get invited to go and watch this show.
Oh, nice.
And we should just be aware that also on the leaflet that we picked up to go to this house, that people that go in never go away the same.
Oh, that's good. You're going to be, get a good experience and it'll stick with you for life.
Exactly. So we go and watch this film about the house and gardens and changes of time and how it got its name and things like that. And when the film finishes, the lady comes out and she then says to you, I've got 2 sprays here. So you've got a choice of what would you would like to
get
be.
a nice spray as well.
Yes. So the first spray has sort of like a nettle juice, we'll call it.
Okay.
So you become a stinging nettle person.
A stinging nettle person?
Yes.
Okay.
So your body is made of stinging nettles. So you go near someone, they'll get stung.
Yeah.
Obviously, dock leaves. They'll need dock leaves to.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah. So I should imagine that would be quite itchy
Yeah.
for you. Or you can be sprayed with the other spray and become a flower pot person.
A flower pot, like
Yes.
Bill and Ben.
A bit like Bill and Ben. Yes. I didn't want to say Bill and Ben because I didn't know what we could say and what we couldn't say. So you can become a stinging nettle person or a flower.
Oh, so she's just going to spray me with one of these when I leave. I don't really have a choice.
You do have a choice. You can sort of
I can
line
yeah.
up into whatever line, but you have to go
okay.
through.
I have to
this
go
sort-
through one of
yeah.
them. that's. See, I didn't read that in the leaflet before we went down.
Yeah.
I should have
No.
read the fine print.
Exactly. That was the bit about the change.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it's not. Yeah. I was thinking like if it was just one woman spraying, then I could like try and get in between and be half stinging nettle man, half flower pot. But
No, she's pretty
she's
with
put
it.
two lines.
Yeah, she's
okay.
pretty with it. Only there's one way in and one way out. So.
I've got to pick. See, if I was stinging nettle man, just everyone I came in contact with, you go for an interview, you shake the guy's hand,
And ow.
and they're not going to hire you. They're not going to want some guy who every time he pats you on the back or shakes your hand or even like brushes past you,
You wouldn't really
is gonna
have many
sting you.
friends.
No. I mean, think of getting together with your partner. It's in the evening. You have, getting together, try kissing, even a kiss.
No contact at
No
all. with it.
contact
No.
at all.
No. The only thing I suppose that would happen is wherever there's stinging nettles, there are these dock leaves that
Yeah.
you can like.
So would I
rub and
have
it will
like
take
some
away the
dock
sting.
leaves growing off my elbow or something?
Yeah,
and-
I think sort of your knees and your elbows.
So I
yeah.
could like offer them, but by that point I've annoyed people so
Yeah.
much they're like, no, get away from me. I'll
Yeah.
I'll go buy some ointment and you can leave forever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would be secluded from most people. I could go and live on my own, but then I would need money to go and live on my own, and so I need to go and get a job. And so then it's sort of a
But remember, you're on holiday, so you've day 2 of your holiday, so you've got the rest of the holiday.
I've still got to because you can't just walk away from a holiday, and there's no way of getting back.
No.
So I've got to go out. I mean, I could just lock myself in the caravan for the rest of the holiday, but what fun's that? And that's ruins the holiday for everyone else.
Yeah, there is like a side effect that comes with the stinging nettle person.
Yeah.
So when it rains,
Another side effect. Oh right.
yeah.
Okay.
So when it rains,
Yeah.
more nettles grow.
Okay.
But when the sun's shining, they shrivel up until you're sort of away,
Ah,
and then
so-
they'll regrow.
So if
So
it's
you can
raining,
become a person again when
Yeah.
it's sunny. You'll become like a
Oh.
person again until it rains, I suppose. Then and then you'll more
so
nettles
they
will grow.
shrivel up and fall off. So I'm sort of like Hans my hedgehog.
Yeah.
Oh, so I have this curse.
Mhm.
Maybe if I find the right person who will love me as a stinging nettle, it could break the curse forever. As
could.
long as they didn't try and, find a spell to, or like burn my leaves when they fell off or something in the fireplace.
Yep. There is no cure at the moment.
There's
but
no
there
cure
could
at the
be.
moment, but there
There
could
could
be.
be.
I mean, that's a possibility. But having said that, I've still got to, even if I could find the person and find someone who was willing to be with a stinging nettle man who was going to sting them, or I would just have to wear like protective clothing at all times whenever I was with them. Even then, there's still not the guarantee that true love's kiss would break the curse.
Exactly.
You could go and stay in an extremely hot country.
An extremely hot
Yeah,
country
you
where
could
it's hot all the
move.
time.
You could
there.
move there.
No,
Yeah.
that is a point.
Because I mean, England's quite rainy, isn't it?
Yeah, England's
Sometimes.
quite rainy. I mean, there's places that rain all the time. So if I wanted to keep people away and be a gigantic, like bushy
Stinging nettle tree.
stinger nettle man, my beard would be glorious. It would be this big flowing green. I'd be like a tree ant or something. I'd be huge. But I don't think being that would be fun for a couple of days, and then you're sort of like, no, I want human contact again. So you would go somewhere like Spain.
So then the other one is
Then the
the
other
flower
option,
pot
the
man.
flower pot man.
So flower pot or flower pot person. Flower pot person. Flowers grow all over you,
Oh, I'd be
but they
quite pretty.
change with the seasons.
Oh, that's nice.
So you get different ones,
Yeah.
sort of all the time. Yeah. So you don't ever look the same, I suppose. with
No,
that
I
one, so
change with the
you'll change
seasons.
all the
So
time. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'll have different coloured flowers depending on the season. And obviously, I wouldn't be stinging anyone.
No.
But I would be made of ceramics. So am I just made up of lots of different pots?
Yeah, and then I suppose you'd still have hands and feet
Oh, I would
and
still
your
have
head.
hands and feet,
Yeah,
okay.
but just sort of arms and body and legs made of pots. The only thing would be is if you've got something like roses. Roses
Oh
have
yeah,
got thorns.
yeah.
So
but that
roses
could also
like
be
that.
quite romantic.
Could
You go up
be.
to someone and you're just like, you are the bouquet of roses that
Yeah.
you send to the house.
Just
Yes.
hope no one's got hay fever around you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I couldn't be near anyone with hay fever.
No.
And I think I would be quite rough to touch, like in the winter months when I'm just pots. But I think that's still preferable to stinging everyone I come in contact with. And also having the changing of the flowers. I would look different all the time and I would have a new look every month. So I would be setting trends.
This is true. This is very true.
But I would be made of pots.
Yes.
And you to
And people...
clonk every time.
Oh yeah,
you
people
walked
would
as
hear
well.
me coming.
Yeah.
I couldn't sneak up on anyone.
No.
And I do like sneaking up on people.
I imagine it'd be quite uncomfortable to sleep as well.
Well, just to sit in a chair. I mean, if you're just pot, I mean, do you still feel the same as you do when you're a human, or are you? Do you not feel anything because you're pots? Your body and your arms and everything, they're pots.
Well, you've still got all your
Still got all the
organs
feeling.
and things, and
Right.
yeah, you've still got everything like that. So
yeah, sitting in a chair would be very uncomfortable. Laying in a bed would be uncomfortable.
you could get specially made stuff, I suppose, couldn't you?
Just in the
if you're-
perfect shape
Yeah.
of my pots.
memory foam.
I mean, yeah, it's getting to a stage now where there are so many abominations in the world. Not abominations. So many wonderful new creations in the world, like scientists
it's the opposite.
creating the opposite of abomination. Yeah, so many wonderful creations in the world, like reverse mermaids and caterpillar centaurs and bee ladies. So they should really be making specialized beds for all of these great new people.
Exactly.
So I think I think what I would do is I would become the flower pot man. I would go through that spray, then like sort of question the lady on making her fine print more legible in the leaflets, because I didn't realise that when I went in. I mean, I know you should read, But no one ever reads the terms
No.
and conditions, do they?
No.
So I would have a talk with her about that. But then I would embrace it. I would take on the life as Flowerpot Man. So we've all become like a sort of superhero, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got Mermaid Girl,
So far.
Caterpillar Centaur.
Yeah.
So far,
It's
yeah.
all going to go
We've got
downhill soon.
Okay. So yeah, I would embrace my life as Flowerpot Man, and and I would try and start up a business selling beds, specialised beds and chairs to people like me and you, who are different from everyone else. I think that's quite a nice story and quite a nice message to end on.
Lovely. Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll enjoy the rest of my holiday thinking about it and coming up with plans.
Yeah.
And I would be great on the dance floor as a Flowerpot Man. They would just think I was in fancy dress.
That's true.
They wouldn't know what I
That
would
is
be,
true.
but
You could be working stage shows and stuff.
oh yeah, I
Yeah.
could be a performer. I mean, we all could now.
Yeah.
We could be a trio. You know, you got
You have to have a fish tank.
we'd have a big fish tank on stage, and we'd have like hoops and things that you could jump out of the water and dive through.
Yes.
You have a butterfly
You
man.
could, you could be the butterfly man, just fly into the audience and amaze people, and I could just do cool break dances as Flowerpot Man.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Love
Would be
it.
the
I don't-
famous trio.
the famous trio. I don't see where anything could possibly go wrong.
No.
So Ashley, do you have a question?
I certainly do.
Right.
This is where things start to change.
Okay.
Oh, it's been really nice up until now, actually. It's not been...
It's been a very positive show.
Well,
very positive message.
It might start well.
Okay.
So, as you know, you are a very rich and intelligent scientist.
I am. That has been established in the show on many occasions.
You are at the very top of your field.
I am.
And one day, you were working in your laboratory,
Yep.
and you were working on something extremely massive, something so big you would have changed the world. If you achieve this,
Yep.
the world will be a different place. It was something that's never ever meant to be possible, but you, as so smart,
I work so hard.
that you are on the verge.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. Only you. Well, not even. I don't even know if you yourself know it, but someone in the universe knew what you were trying to do.
Oh yeah. I mean, I
And-
was trying to create the thing that no one's ever heard of before, but
No
I
one's
don't-
ever
I don't-
heard of.
it
You
don't-
just don't know
I
what
just
it is.
don't know what it is. I don't have to know what something is to want to create it and to solve the problems of the universe.
The universe is so angry with you right now, though, for almost achieving this unbelievable goal.
I'm even getting the universe angry. at me.
It's got to be something massive like time travel, or crossing over to a different world, or something in that bracket.
Yeah. I mean, I've done both of those things before, so
Well, like I said, you're in your laboratory on the absolute verge of greatness.
yeah.
When out of nowhere, Tim Curry appears.
Bloody
Tim
Tim Curry.
Curry.
He's always wandering in.
He is dressed as Frankenfurter out of Rocky Horror Show.
Amazing.
But he's not the Tim Curry in Rocky Horror Show. He's at the age he is now.
The age he is now,
wearing wearing
the Frankenfurter
the tights
garb.
and
Oh,
everything.
yeah, gorgeous. He's still rocking it.
Yes.
Yeah, he's put on a bit of weight, but he can still fit into
But
those
you
stockings.
immediately know that this isn't Tim Curry.
It's not.
And you realise this straight away because you're so smart. You're in a wheelchair and you're not. So
No.
you are not Tim Curry.
Tim Curry's never
I am
been
too
in a wheelchair.
smart for you. Who the hell are you?
Yeah.
Who the hell are you? And
I mean, did he appear?
He just
Or-
appeared out of nowhere.
Oh, he didn't walk in the
No,
door
he
like he
appeared.
usually does. Oh, okay.
And you ask him, who are you? And he's just like, I'm just a sweet transvestite.
Yeah.
And you
From
go,
transsexual
no. And you go,
Transylvania.
cut the crap. Cut the crap. Tell me who you are now.
I've had enough of this Tim Curry in person.
So he says, okay, I'll get to the point. I've been sent by the universe to tell you, whoever they are extremely angry with you.
The universe.
The universe, yep. For almost inventing something that no human person should be able to invent.
Yeah.
And as a result, you must be punished. There's nothing else we can do. They are just so angry with you.
What? There's
And-
nothing I can say in my defence.
Well, no, they are so
I've gone
angry.
too
It's not just
far.
you that are going to pay. It's the
Yeah.
whole entire world now.
I've got the entire world.
Yep, the whole world is going to
I've
pay
gone-
for what you have done. The disgusting sins
Yeah,
that you have attempted.
I have gone too far into my pursuit for knowledge. I have gone
Yeah.
far. I've gone over the realms of human possibility and angered the entire universe so much that they have sent me an elderly Tim Curry dressed as Frankenfurter in a wheelchair to come and punish me.
That is correct.
Okay.
So
Well, not just me, the world, the entire
the
world.
entire world, and they are so angry.
Yeah.
They are going to blow up the earth and everything and everyone in it, and they're going to be dead forever. Everyone's going to die
Why would they do that?
because what you were about
I
to
d-
do. That is what they are going to do. But as you are
Yeah.
such a genius, and even though they're so angry with you, they are also so in awe of what you were about to achieve.
Well, naturally, yeah.
They are going to give you 2 alternatives,
Okay.
obviously.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
It's still not very
Still
good.
not. They're still very angry with me. I know, but
The whole world's
at
still
least-
going to die.
Oh, they're still going to die no matter what happens. Okay.
So your 2 choices are
Yeah.
you can spend the last 24 hours with
Yeah.
your friends and family or doing whatever it is that you like to do,
Yeah.
knowing that in 24 hours there will be no life on Earth whatsoever.
Yeah. Okay.
That is your first option.
Right.
Your second option is that they will let you live, just
Oh.
you.
Just me.
They will send you up to the moon, and you can live on the moon,
Yeah. The
and you
moon.
can take whatever you want, enough food, drink,
PlayStation.
anything you want. You can take up there. You can build a
Buffy the
house
Vampire
up
Slayer
there.
box sets.
Anything you want, anything
I
in
can
the
take my
world
house-
that you want, apart
Yeah.
from the equipment you were using to create this invention, because they
Oh
don't
yeah.
want
No,
you.
they don't want me doing that.
They don't want you to
Can I bring
recreate
people with
it.
me?
No, you're on your own.
So I can't bring anyone with me, but I
No.
can bring anything from the earth that I want.
Anything you want.
So
So
say,
you could
like-
bring something that could create something else, but you just can't.
A cloning machine, a human
Maybe if,
creation
if
machine,
that's what you
maybe?
want to bring, or if that's what you can think you can create,
You're a very
My
intelligent.
laboratory-
you're very
scientist.
intelligent.
I
So
am.
yes,
I mean, could I take like Buckingham Palace? It's not something that I personally own, but you know they're not going to
Yeah,
want it. The
you
Earth's going to
can.
be
Yeah,
destroyed.
you can take it. You could take whatever you want.
Mm.
Now, yeah, obviously, when I'm not saying there's not living beings on the moon. It's not like you might not have contact with anyone, and you know that there is something else in the universe.
Yeah.
So you're not actually alone. You know this.
Oh
now.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I mean,
Um,
there probably are creatures living on the moon.
yes, there could well
but-
be.
You know, it's almost. I think in science that there's like a 99% chance that there's life on the moon. I think that's a fact actually. The fourth fact for the episode: scientists say that there is a 99% chance of life living on the moon.
Wow. Well, there you go.
And you'd have
I
enough
suppose
food because it's
when
made
you
out of
first go
cheese.
there, it's
Yes.
not going to be a very interesting. I'm guessing it's quite dingy and dark up there. But if you're
Especially
going to
if they
bring,
put me on the dark side. Yeah.
but if you're going to bring all this stuff up, you're going to have lights and electricity and
Yeah. I mean, I could rebuild the Earth on the moon.
On the moon.
I would just be very lonely. It would be like I Am Legend, but I wouldn't have the dog.
Well, can't you take
Well,
animals?
Can I
they
take
said
animals
humans,
include?
but
Mm.
I suppose you could take.
Cyber pets.
You could take some monkeys.
you
They're
could
quite
take
like
some of
us,
their
and remake people.
Yeah, take some of their
Planet of the Apes. That's how Planet of the
Yes.
Apes started.
some,
There
of,
you go.
some of
We've
their
just-
saliva or something and recreate the animals. I suppose.
Yeah.
I suppose.
If you've got
You-
people's saliva or something, can't you make some sort of
I
people out
I
of
could
there?
remake people, but they wouldn't be the original people that I have
No.
left
No.
behind.
No.
That's the thing.
And yeah,
But if I did stay behind, I would have the 24 hours. So I would know that one, that I am going to die in 24 hours, but also that everyone else that I know is going to be destroyed as well.
it depends if you love life too much and you want to carry on living it, even on the moon,
Even on
with
the moon,
everything
on
you
my
want.
own. Like, even if I did create people, it would still be quite lonely because I would be the original. Unless the clones took over and sort of gained this weird sentience where they knew that I was the original and wanted to destroy me, which sounds quite dark and terrifying.
Then you would be dead anyway.
I would die anyway, yeah.
Unless it has tortured you.
Unless they tortured me. Yeah, which I don't like the idea of either.
On the other hand, you're dead.
Yeah, the other hand, I die in 24 hours no matter what.
But you can say goodbye to your family.
And say goodbye to everyone. Yeah, I mean, I'm in the lab at the moment, so there's no one else around.
You have to go straight to the moon.
I have to go straight to the moon.
You'll never see anyone again.
Oh, so you wouldn't be able to get any DNA or anything?
No,
from
they
them
will send
anyway?
up whatever you want.
They'll send up what I want,
okay.
but... I mean, can I get... It's not technically a human, but could I get someone's hair samples? Or does that count as the human, part of the human? I guess it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be able to, like, clone all the people that I knew.
No. But they wouldn't be the same people anyway, would they?
Well, they would start off as babies. So it's like, even if I did clone everyone, it's like my mum and dad would be 3 years old and I would be 50. And that would be very weird.
Yeah, very strange.
So will they still be blowing up the world?
Yes,
if you
yes,
go to
world,
the moon?
the world's gone, whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's no saving it.
No.
I have ruined
They are
things for the
so
universe.
angry because he's on the verge. They know he could have changed everything with another 5 minutes in the lab.
But where are they going? If they're still on Earth or whatever, do they die as well?
They're not on Earth. I didn't say they were on Earth.
Oh.
No.
They sent Tim Curry down. Well, the fake
he just
Tim
popped
Curry.
up, didn't he? Actually,
Yeah,
so
he's
he
probably
can just
not
pop.
even really there.
No, it's a hologram or something.
So I put my
probably.
hand through him and it's just a hologram.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, they've just...
I don't know why they sent Tim Curry. There may be...
I suppose it's like who's someone recognisable that's not going to freak you out too much.
No, that's probably why they
Obviously-
dressed him in the Frankfurter outfit as well.
Yeah, and put him in a wheelchair for some reason.
No, he wasn't in a wheelchair. That's how you knew he wasn't him, because he is in a
Oh,
wheelchair.
he is in a wheelchair, yes. Okay. So he was walking around doing backflips.
Yeah, he was sweet transvestite all around the room.
Yeah, he was doing the dance and... So he kept up the pretense for a little while before
Yes.
letting me know. He was like,
Before
I'm gonna
you
have a
told
bit
him
of
to
fun.
cut the crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is difficult because obviously on the one hand, you do want to say goodbye to everyone and sort of be in it together with them, so you can be like, oh yeah, even if you don't explain it to them, you know, so you can be with everyone you love. And
This is going to happen in 2050, by the way.
this is you looked into the future.
Yeah.
I told people not to use that machine.
Oh, well.
I built it and I said, I put it with a big red sign on it saying, do not look into this machine. It shows you 20 years into the future.
30
years into the future. And but people keep looking in it and they keep knowing what's going to happen. I mean, actually, they probably only know that the Earth is going to be destroyed. So they look into it and they see nothing. They said to me, why have you built a machine? You say this is a machine, but I look into it and it's just black. I don't think you've invented anything at all. I think you're making it up. But no, it's showing you the future and there is no future. That's why they see nothing in this machine.
That's right.
Some people say, this is just a broken TV screen. No. I am a scientist and I know what I'm doing. Anyway, I'm getting off topic.
They always look too far ahead.
They look far too far ahead, yeah, because it looks 30 years into the future, and that's the exact time when the universe is destroyed, because of me, unfortunately. So do I either spend time with everyone...
And die together,
but only have the 24 hours, or have this amazing... I mean, I would have to have lots of trees come up with me so there's oxygen on the moon.
Yes.
Because otherwise, I'm just going to go to the moon and just my head
obviously,
would explode.
That was, as a intelligent scientist, that was
the first thing I
yeah.
thought. Didn't even cross my mind.
No, you knew that already.
I would ask for every tree on the planet Earth. So I'm basically recreating Actually, what I would do is I would go to the moon. I would feel bad about it. I would take photos so I could remember. Yeah. I would go to the moon and I would bring all the best bits that we've got on the planet and try and remake a little Earth. And then I would start to clone people using my cloning technology, create people and become the god of this planet. First, I would create the trees. Then I would create water, and I would create food. I would do it over like 7 days or something,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to overexert myself. I'd rest on the 7th.
I mean,
day,
if you
probably.
built yourself a rocket, you could go back to Earth after the years that passed, when it's back to not. Well, if you blow it up, it's going to be hot for a while, isn't it? So
If you blow it up, it's gone, surely.
well,
It's not there anymore.
well, yeah.
Or is it just like everyone's just
Like
going
a
to be like a big,
the whole
yeah,
world,
a big explosion
yeah,
and
I suppose
everyone
it's just going to be a
dies.
rock again, isn't
just
it?
a big rock
Yeah.
that will slowly over the years grow? I mean, if I could find a way to live forever,
Well, yeah, that could be
I mean,
creation.
I mean, I would have all this time on my hands. I wouldn't have like people in my ear or having to go to the bank or having to go to work or anything. I could just spend all my time working on living forever, and then eventually I could travel back to Earth, and hopefully things would just restart again. So I would only have to wait if everything works exactly the same as it did the first time. If I could wait. How many years has the Earth been around? A billion? A million? 1,000, probably. The Earth's probably been around about 500 years. So I'd only have to wait about 500 years until everything came back to the way it is now. Because what happened? There was the dinosaur. There was about 3 dinosaurs, I think. They all died off within a few days. Then humans grew out of the Earth or something, multiplied, and then a few years later we're here, where we are now. So yeah, 500 years, I reckon. I'd only have to wait 500 years on the moon, in my moon base, if I could
invent
eternal life. Although, what if eternal life was the thing I was creating in the first place in the lab?
Wow.
Then I would invent it, and who would come up to me and all my clones that I've created as well, they all praise me. I'm like this god. They've all built statues of me, and they come up to the moon, and I'm like, right, okay, I come out to do this big presentation. I'm like, I have finally created it. I have created eternal life. And then who turns up? Bloody Tim Curry. And then what's going to happen? The moon is going to be destroyed. All the people, all the clones that I've created are going to be destroyed, and they're going to give me the choice again. Do I either stay for 24 hours on the moon with these clone people, these people that worship me and love me, or do I go to Mars?
And it's just a repeating nightmare.
And it is just a repeating nightmare. What I should really do is now that I know that in 30 years' time the Earth is going to be destroyed, I should give up science. But I will never give up science. I have too much of a curious mind. So I'm definitely going to have to pick one of these 2 options. But I think the safest thing to stop this cycle recurring forever and ever, I will stay with the people I love and spend one last long happy day with everyone. I'd call everyone together, have a big party, have a rave.
Yes.
Yeah. And everyone will come down, and we'll stay till, well, we would say we'd stay till 4 in the morning, but it's going to blow up at midnight, I guess. So we'll stay there till as long as, but we'll start off early, like 2 in the afternoon. So everyone's going to be tired by midnight anyway.
It depends on when 24 hours starts, though.
Yeah, well, as soon as he was in the lab at 12 o'clock.
It was 12 o'clock midnight when I
midnight.
came up with the discovery, the immortal life.
Yes.
Okay.
So yes, you've got
So,
24
Was
hours.
I just pouring like different coloured potions into bottles, and I
Yeah, you had
finally-
all your scientific Bunsen
test
burner
tube,
and
Bunsen burner, yeah.
your flasks and
Thermometer, yeah.
all the very, very intelligent scientific stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, I would just put on this big party, have a big rave, and invite everyone along, and we would just party until probably about 10 when everyone's getting tired. If we've started at 2 in the afternoon,
Party until you drop.
party until literally, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can just sit around eating we'd have snacks, like a little buffet. That'd be nice. Have like some sausage rolls and
All your
party
favourite
rings,
foods.
all the everyone's favourite food. I would text round and get everyone's favourite food. But I mean, it's also getting everyone together last minute on the day for a rave is not always easy.
Trying to explain to them this is it.
This is the only time that we can have this rave. But hopefully, I'll get as many people as possible. We'll party till midnight, sit around eating and drinking, and have one last good day. Otherwise, I think I'm just going to repeat this cycle over and over again for the rest of eternity, and I'm never going to reach that final potential where I create immortal life anyway. So I'm never going to live that long.
No.
So I think there you go. If you ever ruin the universe for any reason, and you are given these two choices by a transvestite Tim Curry, not in a wheelchair,
Not in a wheelchair.
then, I mean, and he's getting on a bit now.
Oh,
isn't
yeah,
he?
he's
So-
got to be 70. 70?
70? Is he 70? Not to offend Tim Curry, but...
No.
So, yeah, he's got the thick thighs now, so
Yeah.
his stockings are hanging down a little bit, and but he still looks good in that
Yeah,
transvestite
yes.
suit.
Yeah, always did.
Always did. So yeah, if you ever get in that situation that I got myself into this week, bearing in mind I'm still this flower pot man, whilst I will be, I'm sure, for the next 30 years or so. There was no way to break that
You've
curse,
probably
was
found
there?
a cure for that though, because you're a very intelligent scientist.
That was probably the first thing that I started working on, and that's what got me onto creating this cure for eternal life.
Yes.
So yeah, if anyone else ever gets in this situation, if anyone's smart enough to be the great scientist that I am and create a cure for death, then you will be visited by transvestite Tim Curry, and he will give you these options. And what you should do is do the honest thing and spend the last 24 hours having a rave with your family and friends and just enjoy that time. Don't I think the main moral of this story is don't try to answer all the questions. Even though we answer all the questions on this show, that's why we're doing it for you, so you lot don't have to. Don't try to go above your means and answer every question in the universe, because it's not possible, unless you're me. But even then, it turns out bad. So spend the last 24 hours with your family and friends, and you'll do fine. And if anyone out there disagrees with anything we've said today, which if they do, they are insane and need to stop listening to this podcast right now. But if you do disagree, then let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the episode, then please follow and subscribe to the podcast on Patreon. We have new episodes up every 2 weeks, and it helps us out a lot if you do. And you can follow me on Twitter at Kyle M. Bennett. That's Kyle_M_Bennett with 2 N's and 2 T's.
You can't follow me because I'm not on Twitter.
No?
Nor am I.
I don't understand it, really.
I mean, people can follow you with video cameras down the street.
Is that not the same as stalking someone?
Yeah,
but we've had that done before.
You can be stalked then.
Yeah.
You can stalk Ashley and Kaylie in the Bognor Regis area.
Yep.
There is a lovely Butlins
There's a lovely Butland. Yeah, you can set up camp there
and follow us round the town.
and follow them round the town. See, we should have just gone there on holiday to Butlins,
Yeah, we should have
It's
done.
only up the road.
Yeah, didn't think about that.
and then
no.
I might not have got into the flower pot
You
situation.
might not have done, no.
But at least I didn't turn into a stinging nettle
Stinging
man.
little man,
No.
yeah.
So yeah, so I'm going to live out the rest of my life as a flower pot man and try not to be too inventive.
And, I'm going to be a caterpillar/butterfly man.
Yep, and I'm going to be a
Reverse man.
reverse mermaid for the rest of my life until I'm a fish.
Until you're a fish
Yes.
and you can swim away.
Fish forever.
This has been If You Had To, though. I've been Kyle.
I've been Kaylie.
And I've been Ashley.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Thank
good
you.
night. He says, you joining in?
Can you add that there's a
Yeah.
baby in the background?
First ever podcast, 5 months old.
Yeah. And on one of the boards is a...
Daisy!
Give her something to bite on. Like a keys or something. How long you got?
Yeah.
You've never made this much noise.
Oh my god, Daisy!
Pick the wrong day to find your voice.
If you're not in the podcast, you're in the outtakes at the end.
Yes. Yes.